Hey, how are you guys? Welcome back to the greatest podcast in the USA and the Philippines. My name is JC Diaz.
And my name is Ami.
Welcome back to our show. We have a packed show today for you guys. We have a couple things we want to discuss. The first one is what? What happened?
The active shooting in the Philippines in Tacloban, where they killed 3 students, were killed by two minors.
So there was a shootout in the Philippines, like Ami just mentioned, and we are gonna talk about that. And the main name of that topic is: does the USA have an influence on the behavior of the Philippines citizens, of the citizens of the Philippines? Is there a correlation between the shootout there and the influence the USA has over the Philippines? And also, what we will discuss too is the trade that sent Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks to the Miami Heat, and what involvement was there between the Celtics, who were trying also to get Giannis Antetokounmpo, but they were trying to get Giannis. They were trying to trade Jaylen Brown in order to get Giannis. So now that they did not get Giannis Antetokounmpo, how do they deal with the fact that Jaylen Brown might be upset with the Celtics?
True. Yeah.
So we'll do that. But before we do that, we are going to start the show, and we'll be back in a minute. And we are back with you guys. We are really excited for this show, to bring you this show. I had a great week. How was your week? I mean,
It's awesome.
you had a good week. Awesome. There was a few things happening in the USA and the Philippines. But we decided to go with these two topics because I believe it's important that we discuss the relationship between in the how do you call it, the influence that the United States as a country, as a big the most powerful country in the world, the influence that we have over some other countries, including the behavior that can be influenced by the TV, by the movies, by video games, and all that. So we thought it would be important to talk about that. Yeah. So, the first subject we want to talk about, we'll get into it right away, and is there was a shootout in the Philippines, and you said there was 3 people dead, right?
Died, and there's still a lot of people who were got injured. And it happened like June 22nd this month. It was really tragic because it was our first time that it happened.
Yeah.
That someone died. 3 people died. Like, those are students, and the one who killed those students are also students. They are minors.
Is that you say it's the first time that there's a shootout in a high school or in a school in the Philippines?
There's an incident before? But it's not like what right now, like killed 3 students.
Yeah.
Before it's like just like warning, like there's something, but I don't know I think if they prevented it, but this one is really, it's unpredictable. Like, it never happened before. This one is like, and 2, they're still minors. And then what sucks there is that we don't have that drill in the Philippines. Like, unlike here in the US.
What do you mean that drill? The safety
we have
drill,
earthquake drills. Mostly we have that. But like those people who are like bringing guns in the school, we don't have that drill that like you
Like
know
a
how to,
safety
yes,
safety drill.
you know how to do this, you did, because we're not really, it's not really common.
Because it doesn't happen
Yes,
there.
it never happened. And
Um,
as that's why one people die. In high school he got killed because he was holding the doorknob, and he told his friend just he's protecting them so that no one will enter the door, so the classroom. So
Yeah.
his classmates were there and hiding in chairs. They were down. And it's like he was holding it, but then the kid, I don't know who that kid is, but he killed the kid from the door. Like
The
he
kid
was
that was holding the
yes,
door. Yeah.
which is he was protecting the classmates. And he said, you know what he says, like, just go, you should leave now. I already got shot. And after that he died because he was protecting his classmates.
Yeah, that's really sad.
It was really sad.
Really sad that
And
happens.
this time, like you ask, are Filipinos, like especially like mostly Filipino people, are we now we're not copying Americans thing, like the same, like shooting in the school. I would say, because I saw a lot of news in here in the U.S. and I'm living here right now, a lot of case that a lot of people were shooting in the school died because of shootout here. And it's very rare for us to have that in the Philippines, which is, for me, I would say not really. But because if something like that, we know that from before,
Yeah.
and why is it happened now?
So you don't think that the U.S. is influencing the Philippines, the people from the Philippines?
There,
You don't think so?
I think, but it's just not really. Because if we're really got influenced by the Americans, it really happened. It happened, if it happened before, but nothing happens like right
So
this month.
what you're saying is if the Philippines was being influenced by the U.S., this would have already happened.
Happened.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I mean. It's just that I think it's because there's a this is very controversial in the Philippines, still debating. And then we have this law, juvenile act law. I can look it up here just to
Yeah.
make sure I'm trying to be safe, because they have a conversation leaked
Yeah.
in Messenger. They were having conversation. The two minors, they're still students, and the authorities are not allowed for them to say their name, or
Yeah,
because they
because
are
they're
still
minor.
minors,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the Philippine law are protected the minors. That's what it says. But they are the suspects. They're the one who killed the three students, and they did something crazy there. It was we have a juvenile justice and welfare act.
So
They
what
were
what does that law say?
inspired for that because they have the leaked conversation in their messenger, and it is really, I look it up, it's true, from their messenger. They were talking about planning to shoot, invading a school and then shoot people. So they already have, so they're planning, like, we will go to school and we'll shoot people.
So let me ask you this before you continue to go. How many people were the people who shot the school? How many people were there? Was it 2 students, 3 students, 1 student? How many people?
That died?
No, that shot up the school.
Only 2.
It was
It
2
was
people.
14
kids.
and 15 years old.
Okay.
Do you
so it was
consider
2.
that a kid?
I mean, they're still considered kids. They're teenagers, but they're considered kids. But they know better. They know what's wrong.
Do they know that killing someone is right, wrong?
Of course, they know.
So in their conversation, they were talking about, like, what if we go to jail and then we're using this pistol gun from other people, and then what do you call that if you're using a gun that is not yours? I don't know how to say it, but if you're using a gun that is not licensed by your name, you're doing against the law. And we have that something in the Philippines.
So it's an illegal possession of an
Yes,
arm.
yes, something
Yeah.
like that. And then they were talking about what if we go to jail? And then what if this? And you know what they said? They said like, we can't go to jail because we're still minors. They will put us in a rehabilitation, which is if we go to rehabilitation, we will act change, and after 18 years old, and that's it.
So pretty much they know that they're fully aware that the Philippines has a law that doesn't allow them to go to jail even if they kill somebody. So they are smart enough to know what's right and what's wrong.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: why is this law in place in the Philippines? Why, if you kill somebody, you should be, you know, sentenced or judged as to what you did? Why that law?
They said that it's because they think that it's still, if you will put them to the jail, you will remove their child. They're still not developed. That's what they said. And we have this senator who were involved in this. It says this is the law. What's in the law? Children out of 15 years old and below are exempt from criminal liability. They are not criminally prosecuted, but they may receive intervention programs. That will be like rehab or something.
Yeah.
Above 15 but below 18, they're also generally exempt unless they acted with discernment. That's what they say, discernment. So they were like, oh my God, it was wrong that I shoot 3 people. And, understanding that what they did wrong, that was discernment. And the focus is on the rehabilitation, is for the education, protection, not treating children like adult criminals. So until now, there have been debates in the Philippines about the lowering the age of criminal responsibility, and this senator has generally opposed lowering it, arguing that children should be rehabilitated rather than jailed with adults.
Yeah, see, I personally I don't agree with that law. I think that law is stupid. But
But
that's my own opinion, and I'm gonna explain to you why.
okay.
I think that when you turn 15, 16, even 17 years old, you are old enough. You were old enough and smart enough to plan what you were going to do. Like you said, they know that they won't go to jail because one of them was saying in the conversation, we will not go to jail. We'll pretend that we'll be sorry. They'll send us to rehab, and then after 18, we're good to go. We can get out. I think that is ridiculous. And I think that there should be a law that if you kill somebody, even if you are 15, 16, or 17, you still need to go to prison. Now, whether they will judge you as an adult, that's different. They won't put you with adults. But you should still go to prison if you kill somebody. Just because, so you kill somebody, you are 15 years old, you kill somebody, you get to go to rehab, but that person that you killed doesn't get to come back alive. So now you took away a family member from another family, and you get to be okay after a few years. You get to leave the rehab center. But what about this family that they lost a family member? So I don't agree with it. I personally I don't agree with it. But that's my own opinion.
It's just that the 15-year-old suspect, identified by the authorities under the alias Rod, faces much different legal reality than the 14 years old. So I think the 15 years old, they put a lot of charges than the 14 years old. The 14 years old he was using his aunt's gun, which is she's a police woman there in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And
Where did he get the gun from?
from his aunt. She's
Oh.
in
And she didn't know
police.
that he took the gun?
I don't know.
We don't know the
We don't
details
know
yet.
the details, but still, even the policewoman is still under investigation. But they're still fighting with this age thing because they're still a minor.
They're still minors, yeah.
But this is what's going on in the Philippines. The teenage, like especially like 11, those 14, 15. There's I saw news. They said that this is what is sad too. There's an adult. This is, I think this law was inspired by some of this incident. That there's an adult told the minor to steal. So this is the case why they implement this juvenile law, because they believe that some of the adult train the minors to do something bad, and then that's what happened. And so it means that that minors
It's under the influence
yes,
of
the
the adult.
adult. That's what the juvenile act kind of inspired. But what of those what happened in the Tacloban shoot up? They were planning. Two of them were talking about, oh, we're safe because we're still minors. We can kill.
Yeah.
It's like they're planning. So it means they know what is right and wrong.
Absolutely. They know what is right and wrong. And I mean, the Philippines is not the only country where some of the laws, that they have some old laws too, like, because they have some ridiculous laws here in the US too. But man, that is sad, because you are a family member, you lost your child who was supposed to go to school that day, and now they can't come back home. Meanwhile, these two criminals who shut up the school, they get to go to rehab, and when they turn 18 they can go free.
They can go free if
That's
they
ridiculous.
say that, oh, this person changed, and it's like
That is ridiculous to me, but every country, their laws are different.
but
And
it's still fighting, love. There are still senators fighting to make this law
are
make
they
this
trying
age
to change it? They're trying to change the law?
they're trying. That people are still, they're still like, no, we will stand for this law. And then it's really kind of unfair. Like, I would say mostly who people fight for this, like, are poor people. Those who people who implemented this law, or those people who are agree on this, are living in the nice house with 20 bodyguards.
Yeah, so they don't have anything to worry about.
Yes,
They're safe.
They're safe. What
and
about
sound.
those people who always commute and
Yeah.
you don't know what's? I saw recently a video in the Philippines where in a truck, those are minors, love. They were robbing the truck drivers.
Yeah.
And those are minors. They're still safe. The police will say, you're minors, just go.
That's crazy.
And it's true. That's why a
You know,
lot of
I'm
people.
surprised that this kind of stuff doesn't happen more in the Philippines, because, I mean, imagine if that happened here in the US. Like, if you are a minor and you shot somebody, you just get to go to rehab and you're good to go. You know how many people will die? More than the people that die already. That would be even worse.
Yeah.
It would be even worse, because the kids are spoiled and they know what to do. They're really smart. A kid that is 15 or 16 years old and can plan a whole shootout in a school is a smart enough kid. He can go do time. That's the way I see it. I don't play that game. I don't care who or what says what. No. You kill somebody, you deserve to go to prison. I don't care. Now, if you were telling me if the kid was 4 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old, they have no idea, they were playing with a gun and then they shot somebody, well, that would be the parents' responsibility. But when you are 15, 16, 17 years old, your father and your mother could be the top high role model of the country, and you are not fully there, but you do have knowledge of what's right and wrong, because obviously they knew that was wrong, because they said, don't worry about it, we'll just pretend that we're sorry and we'll go to rehab and we'll be good. So they know what's right or wrong. They knew what they were supposed to do was wrong. This is, I mean, it's common sense. It is common sense. Like, I don't know, it's just crazy.
You know how many bullets they used? It's 40 bullets that were released
40
from
bullets
the
that
gun.
they shot?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it's like, so no mercy. If it's just one gun, it's like, oh my god, I mistakenly shot, but that's not really good actually. Just don't hold guns. If you just be responsible, and if you're a minor, don't do it. Just that's why you need to have license to have. If you're gonna buy a gun, you need to have license. You have the right age to use it. You use
Yeah.
it for self defense, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just that they use 40 bullets.
The thing is that in most of these cases, when there's a shootout in a school, the kids, the parents usually don't put their guns in a safe, because here in the U.S. you're required to have your gun if you have it in your house. In the northern states, because every state is different. Now in the South, you can have your gun in the open in the house. In the northern states, you're supposed to have it inside a safe, and that's the law there. You know what I mean? So a lot of these parents don't pay attention to the law. They don't keep their guns in the safe. They will leave it on the table. But I mean, you have to be really irresponsible for you not to know that your nephew took that gun and took it to school. Like, you have to be more responsible. A gun is not a toy.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous object. It's really dangerous. And look what happened. You know, it's crazy.
It's just telling that I know the Americans did have, you know, Americans influence Filipinos, like movies, music,
Yeah.
the videos that we watch. Mostly that's why we kind of know how to speak English and understand English, because we watch American movies, music, like everything, and games. Now they are planning to ban games in the Philippines, like video games, which is a lot of people are really
Against it.
mad and
Yeah.
against it, because people are saying like, before when we were young, we were playing games that is GTA. Did we steal a car? And people are like saying like that, like,
Did we kill anybody? No, we didn't kill anybody.
and at the same time, you know, the game that is, it's already in the game that you should play game 18 above. Like people, the one who will, you know, or play the game or should be 18 above. How come I would say it's the parents' fault for letting their children play those video games. It's really the parents' fault.
In my house, growing up, when my son was growing up, he was not allowed to play video games that was rated M for mature. He was not allowed until he was way older. When he was 17, 18, he could play rated M for mature games. I honestly, I don't think the games are the influence. I think that bullying in school,
Bullying, yeah.
and parents not being responsible with keeping their guns in a safe at home, and parents not keeping up with their kids. You know, when I used to go to school and I used to arrive to school, the first thing my grandma used to say was, "Let me see your homework. What do you do today?" That was the first thing. "Let me see your homework. What do you have homework? Well, let's go and do it." Parents don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah,
And then
I
they
know.
just let the kids do whatever they want.
Yeah.
They don't check on
Just
their
give them
kids.
phones.
They don't check on their kids. The kids are on the internet 24/7.
Yeah.
The kids are watching who knows what they're watching, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff. And parents don't pay attention to the kids. And then they wonder when the kids do stupid stuff like this, then they wonder, "Oh my God, I can't believe my son did this." Because the same thing happens in the US. It's the same thing that happens here. The parents are irresponsible. They let the kids do whatever they want. The kids the minute they're born, they have a phone in their hands. They play video games. They let them do whatever they want. They don't check on their kids. What are they watching on the internet? And they're surprised when they find out their kid was a serial killer, or they went to school and shut up a school because they didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, that it plays into how you raise your kids. It has a lot to do with it, you know?
True.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's really sad that it happened. Like, no one expect that it will happen. No one expected
Yeah.
that. And it's very tragic. It's especially for the parents, because school is our second home. We call it our second home.
Yeah.
And teachers, we call it teachers as our second parents.
Well, we here in the
So
U.S. it used to be like that a long time ago. It is not anymore because kids are not even safe in school here anymore. Every week there's a shootout in the U.S. Every single week there's a shootout, a mass shootout somewhere, and some people are in favor of taking away the guns. Some people are against taking away the guns, and I can actually see both sides. I can see why would you want to restrict guns, but also I can see why we need the Second Amendment. You know, I can see it. I can see why. Because we need to be able to defend ourselves. If the government will try to take over, we should be able to defend ourselves. And if they take our guns away, then what will happen here will be the same thing that happened in Cuba. They took all the guns away from the citizens in Cuba, and they've had a dictatorship now for over 40 years. And
40.
people are starving over there. So I can see why there should be some restriction on the guns, but I can also see why guns are necessary. If people were more responsible,
Yeah.
these kind of things wouldn't happen
Yeah.
in school.
Yeah.
The kids, if the parents check more often on their kids, this stuff wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, it's really sad. But according to a lot of people, what happened? They were those two minors, the suspects. They said that they were inspired by the law.
That's ridiculous. They were inspired because they knew that they were not gonna get in trouble. They
It's
were gonna get in trouble, but minor trouble,
minor, yes.
nothing
And
bad.
because I saw a video in the Philippines, it was before they implemented this Juvenile Welfare Act. I saw a video where this a kid, he's just those people who are doesn't have homeless kids, homeless fam, doesn't have decent house, or it's just I saw a video where he is in jail now. He's really like I think 13 years old. So I kind of like not favor juvenile, but I can see why they fight that law.
Yeah.
It's because he was in jail with those adults, and he's 11, and it's really crowded.
Yeah.
And those are mature.
Yeah,
people.
that an 11-year-old shouldn't be in prison with adults.
What for me, this is what for me. Yes, you can put those children, those minors to but not in adult. But they
Absolutely.
will go to jail.
Yeah, but with other minors.
Yes,
Other juveniles.
that's what I mean. But
Yeah.
now with the adult, because I see, because it's really sad. And you know what? He only steal the food now because he doesn't have food to eat.
Yeah.
And that's really, so that's a minor thing. So for me, it depends on how big the illegal what they did.
How big is the crime?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, how big is the crime
So-
if the minor did? Like, the same like what it was before, love. It was before this juvenile this law, and I saw it was really sad because it's with the adult and it's just 11 or 12 or 13. So it's just still a kid,
Yeah,
preteen,
yeah,
and he went to prison because of that. It just he steals food. He doesn't have money to buy, so that's why he steals this money from I think outside the road or something, the public place, and the police caught him, and then that's the reason why he's in jail.
That's crazy. Let me ask you this, because I wanted to ask you, do you think that law should be changed in the Philippines?
Absolutely.
You think they should
Yeah.
change it?
But-
What should they change it to? Like, what should they like sentence the kids to? I don't know, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years. What do you think? What time should they do?
It
If
depends
they
on
kill
the
somebody.
crime that they may, and then if it's a big crime, I think it will take a lot of years for them to spend in the jail. But if it's not really that big thing, I mean, I think they should. It's really a big topic talking about it, like, because it's very sensitive for me. It's very sensitive.
Well, let me tell you what I think about it.
Yeah.
I believe that they should do it by age. So let's say that if you are 6 or 7 years old and you shoot somebody, fine, you can go to rehab. You're 5, 6, 7 years old. You definitely are developing. But once you pass 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, if you shoot somebody, you should do life in prison.
Wow.
You should do life in prison. I don't care if it's my son, if it's my family. If you kill somebody and you take somebody's life away, you should do life in prison. If you are from 14 and up, you should do life in prison. Now,
What about
if you're
11 to 14?
11 to 14, I would probably say, you know
20
what,
years.
life in prison.
Life in
If you're 11 to from 11 up,
Yeah,
life in prison.
really.
Because the way I see it is, you should not have the right to kill somebody, take somebody's family, children, child away, or whoever it is, right? And then you get to get free in a few years when you go to rehab and you turn 18 and you say that you are sorry. You now get to go free. What about that person that's not coming back?
Yeah, yeah.
So the same way that you took that life away, your life should be taken away in prison for life. You should do prison for life. That's the way I see it. That's the way I see it. I know it sounds kind of harsh, but
It is hard.
you take a life, you should do prison for life. Because it is unfair to that family. You took their family member away. So what right do you have to get out of prison, to get out of rehab in a few years when their family member is gone and they're not coming back?
Yeah, you have no
So-
idea how many cases of minors doing crime in the Philippines. Love. I have
That's
this
crazy.
this one. It's I think 2021 or something. It's a Magwad sisters. They're teachers. I think supervisors, but teachers, something like that. They adopted a female teenager, and then the same age of her children too, boy and girl. It's just that until now she's asking for justice, love, because the victim was her two children. Doesn't have children anymore.
What
they
happened to
killed
them?
by their adopted daughter,
That's crazy.
and
How old
she's
was the daughter?
really roaming around.
How old was the daughter?
They're teenagers, three of them. The adopted sister, they adopted her already
And
teenager.
she's free. See?
And
There
she
you
doesn't
go.
have a children anymore, which is unfair for her. She's like,
There you go.
she said like, it's really unfair that they were talking about this law. It's the law inspired those
That's bad.
bad children,
It is bad
kids, or
because,
teenagers.
and not only that, but think about this. You kill someone and now you are free. And let me tell you this. I'm the dad, I'm the father of those kids that you killed. And I see you one day on the street, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem.
It's just that
So-
you will go to jail because you're not minor.
I'm willing to go to jail. Somebody kills one of my kids.
It's really sad because
It's crazy.
until now they're seeking for justice.
Of course. That is a crazy law
And
to
she's
me.
like, I have no children left. Like two of her kids.
That's a crazy law to me. And I think it is.
I don't know. They need to change it. They need to be fair with those people. Their children died.
Absolutely.
Those people died because of those bad people.
Absolutely.
And they didn't die because they're bad or something like. It's really unfair for us. It's not really like, what if that's your children? What if that's your kid got killed by a bad person?
Yeah,
By-
it is crazy.
It's, I don't know. It's
It's
just
crazy.
it's until now. It's a lot of people are really like sad and also mad of this law.
That's crazy.
I'm praying for, rest in peace to those.
Yeah,
Those
yeah. Rest in peace
students.
to the victims, and hopefully the Philippines can can start working on changing that law, because that law is ridiculous.
True.
That law is, I don't think it's a good law at all. But every country is different, and hopefully they do some change on that.
Yeah.
Um,
So sad.
all right, well, let's move on from that. So the next subject, it won't be too long, because I don't know, just won't be too long. But so here's the thing. I'm a Celtics fan, right? I'm gonna put myself in Jaylen Brown's
Position.
shoes,
Yeah.
right? This is not the first time that the Celtics have tried to trade me to another team, right?
Oh.
And I'm not gonna say I'm their second best player. Jason Tatum is 1A and I'm 1B, because Jaylen Brown is on the same level as Jason Tatum, right? You just gave me a $300 million deal. You just pay me. You extended me for $300 million. But every single season, and at the end of the season, you're trying to trade me.
Oh.
How do I feel? I'm gonna be mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Upset.
like, what is your problem? Like, I'm your best player along with Jason Tatum, and every single season you try to trade me. So this season the Celtics were trying to trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? And they were trying to trade Jaylen Brown plus a couple players and some draft picks, right?
Yeah.
And at the end, it was up to Giannis where we wanted to go, where he wanted to go. And
But he moved to Miami.
he went to Miami,
Yeah.
because, I mean, think about this. Would you choose warm Miami with nice beaches, with nice weather, or would you choose to go to play in Boston with the snow and all that?
So
Nobody wants to go
cold
play in Boston unless you're drafted by the Celtics. But no superstar is gonna change. Is gonna go from Milwaukee to Boston. If you have, do you want to go to Miami or you want to go to Boston? I promise you, more than 90%, they're gonna say Miami. It's nice warm weather.
Yeah, true.
And there's no state taxes, so they save more money living in Miami. So in the end, Giannis Antetokounmpo said, I want to trade me to Miami. So he's now going to Miami, but guess what? Now the Celtics have to deal with the fact that Jaylen Brown is upset. Because, like I said at the beginning,
It's kind of disappointing.
you're always trying to trade me.
And then ends up I'm still here.
Exactly. Like, you're always trying to get rid of me.
Yeah, it's like there's something wrong with me.
Like, as the player, how do you start the season?
Yeah.
How do you go back and try to forget about this when they just try to trade you? And if it was me, in my mind, I'll be like, no, like, we need to sit down and talk. Like, are you going to try and trade me every season?
Yeah.
At least let me know.
It
And I
looks
can
like you
be
don't
ready.
like me in this team anymore.
You don't like me. Like, you're always trying to trade me, but you gave me all this money, and I'm one of your best players,
Yeah.
So I believe that the Celtics have a big problem in their hands, because now you're gonna have a disgruntled player who they're probably gonna want to talk to him, because I don't think Jaylen Brown is gonna be happy this season. I don't.
If
think he's
I'm
gonna be
Jaylen Brown,
happy.
I think like, what is wrong with you people?
Exactly.
I get disappointed, and I would say I'd be mad.
I would be mad.
Yeah.
Like, I think the Celtics have a big problem, because in the end they didn't get Giannis Antetokounmpo. Me personally, I wanted Giannis Antetokounmpo to come to the Celtics, just because he was gonna give the Celtics another defensive player that they need. And Jaylen Brown is an all defense player too, but he's a wing. He's not a center or a power forward. And the Celtics definitely needed a big like Giannis. But now that the Giannis went to Miami Heat, now, either the Celtics are gonna end up having to trade Jaylen Brown somewhere, or they're gonna have to deal with a player that is not happy. And what that's gonna do is, every time you have a player that is not happy, it creates problems in the locker room.
True.
Because that player doesn't want to participate, doesn't want to practice, and it becomes a problem.
Especially in an actual game,
Yes.
it's really bad.
It becomes a problem.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: would you rather have Giannis Antetokounmpo or Jaylen Brown? Would you trade for Giannis? If let's say that you are the general manager
Yeah.
for the Celtics,
Yeah.
would you keep Jaylen Brown? Or because let me tell you, they've been to 5 conference finals. To
They
the
won
East
one time.
Conference, they won a title, so they're winners.
Yeah.
Both him and Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
So, do you keep that duo, or you try and get Giannis Antetokounmpo if you were the general manager?
I would
What would you
trade
do?
him to.
You will trade
Giannis.
Jaylen Brown for
Yeah.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That guy is a strong guy, and
He's good.
he's good in center.
yeah, yeah.
I saw him how big he is, how
He's
strong.
really good, and he can dribble the ball.
Yeah, he's defensive.
He can block shots.
Yeah,
He can do a lot of stuff.
But it's just that if you've been doing that for a lot of times to Jalen
To Jaylen Brown, yeah.
It's really kind of disappointed because
Yeah.
that person will be like, "What? It's what do you want me to do? You don't want me here anymore."
Do you want me or you don't want me? Like, let me know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be me.
Yeah.
If I was the player and at the end of the season they're trying to trade me, I would go to their office and say, "Hey, I want to know so I'm ready. Do you want to trade me or not? If you're gonna trade me, it's okay. I understand because it is a business.
Yeah.
The NBA at the end of the day is a business. There's no loyalty. You know that song by Chris Brown, "This Hoes Ain't Loyal"?
Yeah.
Well, that's the NBA. The NBA is the hoes ain't loyal, you know. But I would do that. I would say, "Are you gonna trade me or not?" So I'm ready. You know what I mean? Because I think that's unacceptable.
It is. For me,
So-
it is because.
But we'll see.
Well, they won one
They won a championship with Jaylen Brown.
When was that? 2023?
2023.
2023.
Yeah, because
You
that was
went
when I
into
was
the
in the
Philippines,
Philippines.
yeah.
Yeah. They won the title. And I don't know, man. I think the Celtics have a problem in their hands. I think the Celtics have a problem. The other thing is, before we go, and I was in shock when I heard this, the Charlotte Hornets, they traded LaMelo Ball to Minnesota.
So it is really final?
Yes, they traded him to Minnesota. And not only that, but think about this. Now you have LaMelo Ball as the point guard, and you have the kid from Minnesota, the shooting guard, Anthony Edwards, as the shooting guard. That's gonna be a crazy duo. Like, I'm this season I'm gonna be watching more NBA. I'm definitely gonna be watching the Minnesota Timberwolves, and definitely watching the Knicks, and definitely watching the Celtics to see how the Jaylen Brown saga
Yes.
is gonna turn out to be.
Yeah.
Because that's
If it
gonna be
turns out
interesting.
bad or not.
Yes.
If he's going to be a good team player.
Absolutely. And definitely, guys, we will continue to bring you all the stuff, anything that's happening, whether it's in the Philippines or in the US. We will continue to bring it here because you know what? We are the best podcast in the world.
Yes.
Yes, we are. All right, guys. So we'll leave it right here. This is JC Diaz.
And this is Annie.
We will see you guys next week.
Yes.
And I hope you guys have a great week. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Take care. See you later.
Peace.
Peace.